Chapter 32, Section 2, Japan's Pacific Campaign. The military leaders who ran Japanese government also had plans to build an empire. They captured part of China in 1931, and in 1937 they invaded the center of China but met strong resistance. Needing resources for this war, they decided to move into Southeast Asia. The United States feared that Japanese control of this area would threaten U.S. holdings in the Pacific. Roosevelt gave military aid to China and cut off oil shipments to Japan. The Japanese decided to attack the United States. On December 7, 1941, the Japanese Navy began a surprise attack on the U.S. naval base at Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. In just 2 hours, the Japanese planes sank a major part of the U.S. Pacific Fleet. The next day, Congress declared war on Japan. The attack on Pearl Harbor was just one of the many sudden strikes. Japan also captured Guam and the Wake Islands and the Philippines. It took Indonesia from the Dutch and Hong Kong, Malaya, and Singapore from the British. In April 1942, the United States sent planes to drop bombs on Tokyo. The attack raised the morale of the Americans. In May 1942, at the Battle of the Coral Sea, the Allies suffered heavy losses but were able to stop the Japanese advance and save Australia. The next month, the U.S. Navy scored an important victory near Midway Island in the Central Pacific. In this battle, Japan lost 4 aircraft carriers, the most important naval weapon in the war. The victory turned the tide of the war against Japan. The United States now went on the attack. General Douglas MacArthur proposed hopping past the strong defending Japanese-held islands. He wanted to attack weaker ones. The first attack came at Guadalcanal and the Solomon Islands, where the Japanese were building an air base. However, it took 6 months for the U.S. and Australian troops to clear Japanese soldiers off the island.